If you're getting traffic to your website, but your phone isn't actually ringing, you're not alone. Most local businesses lose about 90% of their website visitors because their website isn't set up to convert. Think about it. Someone searches plumber near me, lands on your website, and then they don't find what they're looking for, they don't know how to contact you, or they just bounce to a competitor instead and give them the call. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can turn your website visitors into phone calls and book jobs. Let's dive into it. I want to start by talking about the 3-second rule. The thing is, most business owners think that their website's super awesome because they paid some fancy design agency $10,000 to make them an awesome website that represents their brand so well, and I have a cold hard truth for you. That is not going to get you jobs. Here's the reality. Visitors decide within 3 seconds whether they're going to call you or not. If they can't immediately see what services you offer, where you offer them, and then how to contact you, they are not going to become your customer. We call this the 3-second test, and actually about 95% of local service businesses fail. So here's an example of a interior remodeling site that I found. It was actually ranking on the second page of Google. And this is a prime example of, you might think it looks good. I can tell you they did not pay someone $10,000 for this website, but the owner might think it looks good. Oh, there's some cool wood paneling. We got some photos, but ultimately, let's be honest, this is terrible. It's not going to convert. They're missing so many major things like real contact buttons. They have a blog or sign-in page, so it looks like we can even try to log into their website from here. The photos are outdated. The whole site's outdated. There's no real description of their services or their locations they service. It's just completely confusing. And it's very clear this is from, 2015 maybe. I can't even see the date here. So here's an example of a really good remodeling site. First things first, the color scheme is just clean. It's not confusing. It's not outdated like this. It's just very simple to see all the services, their locations, where they serve, and what services they offer, and then also how to contact them. So they don't have a big lead magnet form in the hero, but they do have one right here. And I think what's important to note is with a service like remodeling, it's so heavily based on the photos that it's actually a good idea to have just an awesome photo, without any sort of contact buttons in the hero. They have a free consultation at the top. They have their big phone number. They have the Orlando number as well. So it's very clear how to contact them. And what they're also doing really well is they have just kind of trust, brand authority. They have all these, nice reviews and mentions and other kind of awards. They have really awesome photos of work that they've done supposedly. And then they do have reviews. I would say they need Google review logo embedded here to improve that, but it's very clear where they service. Here's their map embeds, licensing down here, etc. I'd be willing to bet about 95% of people who landed on this website would probably just bounce and choose another company. Whereas this website, I would say about 90% of people are going to stay on it if they're actually looking for a remodeling company, because it really tailors and speaks to everything they're looking for. By the way, if you want my team to audit your website's conversion rate and SEO optimization, book a free consultation with me at the first link in the description. The second thing I want to talk about is the phone number mistake. Here's what kills me. Businesses that hide their phone number or make it complicated to contact them when someone is visiting their website. So as you saw on the first website, I have zero idea how to contact them in this above the fold section or whatever loads initially. In fact, do they even have any sort of contact? I don't think they have a single option to contact them on their website, which is obviously not going to get any conversions. Nobody's going to look at this terrible website, seek them out, and try to contact them. With this website, it's very clear their phone number. It's a clickable button. If I click on it, it will call them. And the same sort of thing works up here, as well as with this free consultation button that leads you to, I would assume, a scheduling form. Your customers want to talk to a human, especially if they're calling about any sort of emergency services. Every extra click or scroll costs you at least a couple customers, guaranteed. So let me show you another example of a good and bad website for an emergency service. In this case, we'll look at a drain cleaning company. So first things first, this was on the third page of Google, which is very surprising because their website is very bare bones. It's honestly not too clear. They just have one general services page. And really the issue here is their conversion rate is probably terrible because this is not a clickable button. And if we look on the mobile version of this, it's going to be even worse. It's super small. I can't even copy this. So it's not easy to contact them. Sure, they do have reviews. Sure, they have a service request form. I want to just be able to tap a button and call someone to come out and fix this for me. If you take the example of Stan's AC, this is a really awesome home service website, primarily because it's incredibly simple to contact them. They have a massive call now button right up here. You can click on it it, it'll call. You can also schedule online with this online booking form. And then finally, in the hero section, they have a lead magnet where we can follow and contact. So if it's, an HVAC service, maybe it's not as important as a clogged drain or, the pipe bursted or whatever it might be. It's going to be a little bit more simple to just have a form for people to fill out, but they do a really good job at making it look clean instead of just a simple form. And as you can see on the mobile version, it's also pretty well optimized where as we scroll, the phone number stays at the top. It's called a sticky phone number as well as the online booking. So it's very, very simple for us to, scroll through. Okay, watch their quick video. Cool. I like them. Let's call. Bang. And then it's very, very simple to call. This is the difference between a really, really ineffective home service website and a really effective home service website. This one will turn your website traffic into actual jobs or customers, whereas this one will make people bounce from you and probably not want to click on your website again. So the third thing that I want to talk about or touch on is service area pages that actually convert and help you get customers instead of turn people away. Most websites actually just have one generic services page that lists out all the services they offer, maybe lists out their locations, and it's very confusing not only to Google, but also to customers or potential customers, what services you actually offer and what specifics of those services you offer. That's a huge mistake for both SEO and conversions. So it's going to make it harder to actually show up on Google and get traffic. It's also going to make it much more difficult to convert that traffic into customers. Every service needs a dedicated services page. Every location needs a dedicated location page. This is not only for Google to understand your business better, which is the priority here. It's also to help customers convert on your pages. Someone searching for water heater repair near me is going to want to land on a water heater repair service page, not your generic homepage that lists out a bunch of your services. So if we take the example of Stan's AC, they actually do it really well because they segment all of their different services into their different service categories. Now you got to understand, they're a big company. They have three main kind of divisions or verticals with HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. But the thing is here, when we look at all their services, it's very, very clear. Okay, if I'm looking for AC stuff, I'm going to click on one of these pages that's most relevant. Maybe my AC system is broken. I want to repair it. And then also this helps them rank for these specific service keywords so that when I look for AC repair in Austin, Texas, likely I'll land on this page instead of their homepage. And so it's already tailored to my service. It already speaks on the exact kind of AC repair stuff that I'm looking for. Okay, let's see. Cool. They do air filters, blah, blah. And it all resonates with me. So I'm more likely to convert. And you can see they do a really good job at doing the location pages correctly as well. Let's say I'm located in Georgetown. If I look up, HVAC contractor Georgetown, chances are this page is going to rank for them. And therefore it already speaks to my area, makes me feel like, I resonate more with this service. They have HVAC services in Georgetown. They have the actual specific services they offer here. And it's just very, very simple and clear to me. And so I'm more likely to click on one of these buttons and pay them money to do this job for me. It's also very important to properly internally link to other pages on your website. So if you have a bunch of service pages and a bunch of location pages, which I don't recommend, I'd say just make them for your main services and your main locations, you're going to want to help Google be able to flow through these pages really well, as well as users. When I'm landing on this page, and let's say I want to look more at the HVAC repair page, I'm going to click on that and it's going to bring us to Georgetown HVAC repair, which is going to give me specific service information, but it's also going to help Google crawl through your website and understand your services and your locations and just help you rank better. The internal linking structure I recommend is having from your homepage links to all your main service pages and then also to your location pages. As you can see, they do that right here. So if I want to click on the Sun City page, it'll bring me there. And this helps Google kind of flow through your website and really understand what pages deserve on your website to rank on Google. The last thing I want to touch on is site speed, mobile optimization, and trust or reassurances. So a slow and broken website tells Google not only it doesn't deserve to rank, but also if it is somehow popping up on Google, you got lucky and you get people on it, they're not going to want to use your website because it's so dang slow. It literally doesn't matter if you're doing $1,000 off a drain cleaning and you're paying people to do your service. If your website loads in 10 seconds, people aren't going to see that or they're not going to trust it. If your website looks unprofessional, they're going to assume that the work you do is also unprofessional. So all these technical factors directly impact the number of people that actually call call you from your website. Also, your website needs to be optimized for mobile. If your website is not optimized for mobile, you are going to turn away about 80% of all local Google searches. Because what do you do when you have a clogged drain or something? You're going to whip out your phone, you're going to search up drain cleaning near me, and you're going to click on one of those top 3 ranking businesses. So real quick, just to reiterate kind of the importance of the mobile version, let's take a look at this website. This mobile version is absolutely brutal. And this is even bigger than how my phone would be. My phone would be about half the size. So you can't even read the website text, let alone see the images. And then also there's absolutely zero option to contact them, which makes it just absolutely impossible for you to get customers from this. This is showing up on the 2nd or 3rd page of Google. So imagine if this was a top 3 ranking business, let's say they hit a bunch of really good SEO, nobody's going to convert from this. Whereas with Stands, they make it stupid simple to convert. It's really well optimized for people on their phones. It instantly speaks to anyone searching because you're going to be in the Austin area if you find them, and it just speaks to exactly what they do. Let's talk about their reassurances as well. So reassurances kind of refer to these little benefits or pros that you include right near the call to action buttons on your website in order to help people convert. So you have dependable and experienced, you have fully insured and licensed, 100% satisfaction guarantee. You're just going to make it even more kind of convincing for people who are on the verge of calling you to actually give you that call and give you their business. Last thing I'll say about trust is it's really important to include all of these sort of, recognitions, awards, and kind of just industry association partners that you have, as well as BBB really helps because people just trust you more. When they look at this, they see that you've been accredited by all these companies and they're just going to trust you more. And then the last thing I'll say is on the Google reviews side of things, you're going to want to include Google reviews on your website. So they have it okay right here. I would actually put it up much higher on the website. But if we look at this other company that we checked out earlier, they have it super, super high up, and it's very simple to actually look at where all these nice Google reviews are coming from, which is super awesome. If you go and implement all the things that I just showed you, the 3-second rule, prominent call now buttons, trust factors, reassurances, you are going to get more customers from your business website, guaranteed. These changes work immediately. You don't have to wait months. That said, if you want my team to handle all of this for you and turn your website and your Google business profile into a lead generation machine, book a free consultation with me at the first link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.